Guys, hey, I'm about to walk to 7-Eleven, and then when I get home I am going to do some animation, so I hope you guys will enjoy that. Hope you guys can hear me in this noisy morning. Place here is so pretty. Can you see that? I don't know. But I'm making a turn to get to 7-Eleven.
So it is now animation time. We are going to start. This is actually a picture that I made on a plane trip. It was a long layover, and I'm like, I should make this into an animation. This little girl came up to me and was like, that's so cute. And I'm like, yeah, I did that. No, just kidding. It's not that great. But so I am mapping out everything here in Adobe Illustrator first. We're going to go from Adobe Illustrator to Animate, my favorite way to animate. It just makes everything look so much neater than what I could do usually with just a pen and using Adobe Animate. But when you use Illustrator, everything just looks so neat and put together. So I'm starting with the eyes here and fixing it up. I put a little star in the eyes as well, a little twinkle in her eyes. And I'm going to make the whole background. I'm going to make the buildings and everything. So I realized something. I spend so much time making the videos, but I start over every time and I don't really get to practice the actual animation part. So I'm going to try my best to not make a new character and to just make a animation and actually animate, move the arms. I'm thinking what she's going to do is bend and pick up the dog. So that is my plan today. Well, not today, it's going to take a while, but that is my plan for this animation. So here I am making her ankles and her shoes. So usually you can separate each and every body part into different symbols, and then with the symbols you can rig them or put them together so that they move. But we all have to find the way that we animate that we like the best. And at this moment, it may change with more experience, I like to just make the animation in Adobe Illustrator, and this move each one is almost like a combination of traditional animation where you do each and every frame, as well as with 2D animation where the computer system does it itself. So I like to just not use the rigging unless certain things that I would use that for. But I like to just have each thing separate, slowly move everything, which is a good tip. If you slowly move each frame, you just move it a little bit at a time, it looks better. And then you can kind of make things go faster at certain points or slower at certain points. But it does take time, and that's what I realized, it's going to take time. So I'm going to do more vlog type material where I'm going out, I'm going to a cafe, and then at the cafe I'm doing animations at the cafe, actually in the cafe, and then setting up the camera and everything so that you guys can see that, but also at the same time see what I'm doing. So that is my chance. There is the little leg like decorations. It reminds me somewhat of something country a little bit. Country clothes. I tend to make this similar belt. That belt is, I always make the belts like that. I don't know why, but I'll figure out some other things. So I was looking at this freelance thing. It's like Fiverr and Upworks, and I was looking at the different animations that you can do on there, or that other animators have done, and it's just, I feel like I could figure it out if I just went really slow. Like I wouldn't be able to do it as fast as them, especially since I'm a beginner, but I can do it pretty slow and get it done, and it looks pretty good. and I would love to be able to freelance on these programs. And I don't know if you guys are interested in freelancing or having a career in animation, but if you are, please tell me in the comments about that. This is the grass I'm doing. Such easy way to make a grass in animation in Illustrator. You just make the little lines and then you just hit Alt. Alt is your best friend in Adobe Illustrator because you can duplicate things, highlight it, hit duplicate, drag, well, hit Alt and then drag, 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 keep dragging, and then you can have multiples of the same thing. And so now we are finishing up and making everything into symbols. You go into the windows, open up the symbol, a little box there, and then drag what you want into the symbol box. So that is how I did that. And so this is some eyebrows that I'm fixing up, and that's also similar with the way that I was saying before. You just draw it out and you can get it done. You can change different things. So I didn't just use the tool, I also did use the pen for certain things with this. So that kind of works out like that. And I love that hair color. I don't know if you guys like that hair color, but it's not as, usually I do a lot of bright colors, pink, green, and this is just like a normal color, and I put the details in afterwards. I'm sorry if this video is kind of everywhere, but I am showing you everything and you can kind of see how I did everything here. And so with the career, let's go back to the career thing that I want to do. I would love for the YouTube channel to do well, but also to learn the skills that I need. And some of you guys have said that some of my tutorials has helped you guys with the software, but it isn't just about the software. You also need to learn how to animate things like stretch and squish, I think it's called, and over animating where it goes farther than what it like ricochets. It goes farther and then it comes back closer. Or there's some where you have to build up the moment. So if just like a baseball player, if they have a ball, you go back all the way and then you throw forward instead of just starting and then throwing forward only. And that gives the crowd or whoever's watching, the audience watching, it gives them the chance to kind of know what's happening and what's going on in the animation, because if it's too quick you just miss it. Especially with animations, it's not real to life, so you can miss certain things. And so do you guys like 3D animation? Please tell me in the comments. I would like to learn that eventually. I heard the setup process takes longer than Adobe like 2D animation. The setup process does take longer, but you can just instead of the setup process being long, but the actual animation kind of does the work itself. Sorry, it does the work itself. So I feel like it would save time, and that's what it seems like everybody's going towards, more 3D animation. But I sincerely enjoy 2D animation. I'm learning so many skills. Here I am importing everything into Adobe Animate. There's the sky background, there's the grass, there's the building, there's the little dog slash puppy, I'm not sure, dog slash bunny, I'm not sure what it is. Here's the body, here's the arms, here's the head without the eyes, because I want to easily make the eyes change throughout. She has big eyes. There's the mouth, there's the ears. So she has some hair that just like a bald spot. Did you see that? So I just have to erase that. That has to go. So I moved her a little closer and she still had a little bald spot going. So we had to fix that up. I made some more frames. I'm making it's going to be a short animation, but I want it to be an in-depth animation. And I'm learning certain things, because when you cut out a part of the body, it shows up in the symbol. But I realized if you break it apart and send it to layers, it definitely helps with that. So that is something I learned as of today. I want to thank you guys for coming along with me on the journey of animation, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please subscribe and keep animating. Bye, you guys.